Hey everybody, Alan here. Welcome back to the Gibson Garage YouTube channel. Yep, it's back. If you are following along, if you're a subscriber, if you watched my last video for whatever reason, you'll know this guy was just here. We just put some steps on it. And so far, so good. They're holding out. So awesome. But today in this video, we're getting back to the channel's roots. We're doing a repair. Just a repair video. No extra special, nothing. Just brakes, like the title says. Now you're gonna need a serious jack to put this thing in the air. This is a 3-ton, and it feels like, you know, it's struggling. I mean, it can do it, but I don't know. It's old, and it's heavy. The truck is so heavy, and you're gonna want a serious jack stand as well, and a 22 millimeter. And I hope these are real lug nuts. Holy cow. These are real, right? Maybe I'll just not use that. Alright, so when that doesn't work, you gotta drop the tire down on the ground so don't roll. Come through and pop them off by hand. Those guys are torqued. Goodness. Shove that guy into there. I can get him the rest of the way out. Oh. Okay, so you're going to want to look at your rotor closely and rub your fingernail on it. And if there's anything that your fingernail catches on, you're going to want to get them turned or replaced. And in this case, we've got these keepers here that if you do need to replace them, you're going to want to get some pliers and pull these guys out of the way. They're just, I think they're probably just there to hold the rotor on during assembly, or while you, yeah, because once you got the brake caliper on, it's gonna hold itself, it's gonna stay in place. So, but you know, whatever, you can keep them or not keep them. I don't think they're necessary, but we don't need to remove the rotor, so we don't need to remove these. And I did check the back of the rim. There are not two missing, they're just not here. So I think what I'm going to do is try to just remove the caliper here on these two pin bolts away from the bracket, leaving the bracket and the pads installed still on the rotor. And then we can pull out the pads, replace the brackets or these things, whatever they are, if there are any in the box. Lube them all up, lube the pins, easy peasy. In this case, it's just a simple matter of worn out pads needing to be replaced. He's not feeling any pulling or pulsating. What is that? What is that? Seriously? You scared the crap out of me, dog. Thought I was poltergeist in here. You bringing me the ball? You want the ball? Good boy. Good boy. Come here. Here's the pin bolts are going to be a 5/8. Okay, I need to get a jack stand to set this on, or you could do zip ties and hang it from somewhere like this hole. Okay, not a lot of wiggle room here at all. There's the ABS line that's pretty, or ABS sensor that's pretty short. So yeah, I think I'll just go get a jack stand to set this on. So if you're within like a 1/16 of an inch of this mark, then it's time to replace, which that's exactly where we're at. Not that he couldn't have gotten further. Obviously you got a lot of meat there left, but you don't want to push it, right? You want to change them before accidents happen. Oh, this guy's way thinner. Yeah, I need that jack stand. So this is what we're going with here. Went to AutoZone and got the Duralast Gold semi-metallics. And they do come with these new shims, so that's good. We can pry those out and make sure the pads are the same. Dang! They do appear to match. There are some differences. One side's got these extra tangs down here, so just I've got these set to where they lay down this way and this one lays down that way. So when I get the new pads, like this guy here and this guy here, I can set them like that, replace all these, grease everything up, and then just slide these right back into place. It's easy enough, huh? And once you get them all out, there's a couple things you want to look at to try to decide if maybe your calipers need some fixing or replacing. So this is my passenger side. This is the one we just did on the driver's side, actually. You can see the inside pad's wearing a tiny bit faster than the outside pad. So that would kind of indicate maybe those pins are sticking on the driver's side. If you see anything like that, you want to tear those boots apart, put fresh grease in there, make sure everything's sliding right. But really, it's nothing serious in my opinion. And the passenger side looks really good. They look like they're worn down perfectly even. Again, the pins felt really good in there, really slimy still. So we're gonna rock them. Check your pins here, and those feel gooey and slippery, so I'm not even gonna bother taking them apart. I got some high temp copper stuff here. Just gonna smear a little bit on there. Ooh. So the trick, it looks like, is to kind of slide these into the corner. The camera cut out there, so you're gonna slide it right in between, in these corners here. That simple. Do you hear that dog? Look at him. Look at him. Is he gonna let me get the ball? I got it. And he just takes off running. That's rolling in metal shavings. Dog. Okay, that's better. You get it? You wanna get it? Oh! Now, because these pads are so much thicker, we've got to compress this caliper, these pistons in. We're not using old brake pad. Cute. Real cute, Kevin. Come on, baby. Ta-da! And just get your pin bolts back in there. Boom! And that is how you replace the brakes on this giant. Now another thing I should mention, I should have looked at, is the brake fluid reservoir. When you squeeze those calipers in, you're going to push the fluid back up. So you should pop the lid and make sure you got room for that to happen. You can see our brake reservoir there. And we're still below the max, so we're plenty of room. Okay. This is, oh my gosh, so heavy. Phew. Mr. Trowley. Okay, I don't know the torque. I know it's a heck of a lot, and I could just guess. I could do some internet searching, I guess, but I'm gonna try this little trick here. Got this digital torque meter, and I'm gonna use it while taking one of the other side off and see if it reads me a torque here. Alright, so I found another trick to it, a setting. You can hit the P/T button on this and it'll record your peak torque here, and it was 111. Let's see if it does it over. Okay, starting over. That one was 97. $103. So we'll go with 100 to tighten the other side. Now I can get these snugged. Alright, now that the pads are done, it's back on the ground. Do not put your car in gear. Do not just hop in here, put it in gear, and go. Because we spread those calipers apart, you're going to want to press on the brake. This one's okay. So let's see here when I press on the brake for the first time how far it goes. Oh, look at that. All the way to the floor. All the way to the floor. See, that's why you don't just go into gear, hop in your truck and go. You got to squeeze those calipers back down onto the rotors, brakes, pads, and rotors. Oh, there we go. Didn't quite get all the way to the floor that time. Now, there we are. Car's not running, so it's going to pressurize and feel hard. So let's turn it on. Put your foot on the brake to turn it on. I felt a little kickback on the pedal. Did you guys see that? But let's see. Let's see what happens if I put it in reverse. Brakes are holding. That's good. They're working. Afterthought here. One last thing before we go. Do not forget to bed the pads to the rotors. You want to kind of heat them up and melt them together. Not so much melting, but they call it bedding. So you kind of form the shape of the pad to the shape of the rotors. So I call it the 20-40-60 rule. It's not my rule. I heard it from someone on the internet. But you basically want a big open road, of course. You don't want to slam on the brakes and have someone run into the back of you. But you go 20 miles an hour, and then you hit the brakes pretty much as hard as you can without activating the ABS and skidding all over the place. And do not come to a complete stop. Get back on the gas, go up to 40. Do that again, almost hard as you can, almost to a complete stop, but not quite. And then 60 foot, do it again. By then, you should probably be smelling the brakes. Even if you're not smelling the brakes yet, don't push it. Go for a cool off lap around the block or something, and then, you know, see how they feel. If they feel like they're still a little spongy or not quite grabbing like they were, try it again. And that's how you change the brakes on that guy. Don't forget to close the lid on your reservoir, and you're done. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Hit that like button if you liked this video. Hit subscribe if you're into my channel. Let me know if you like the repair videos or if you like the custom videos I'm doing to my truck and to the Magnum and stuff like that. But until next time, peace.